The Excel FORECAST.ETS.STAT function calculates a specified statistical value relating to a time series forecasting. This is the syntax. Values: a range or array of historical data for which you want to predict future values. Timeline: an array of dates or independent numeric data. The dates in the timeline must have a consistent step between them and can't be zero. The timeline should have a regular interval: hourly, daily, monthly, quarterly, yearly, etc. Statistic type: a numeric value between 1 and 8 indicating which statistic will be returned for the calculated forecast. Seasonality: a number representing the length of the seasonal pattern. One or omitted default value. Excel detects seasonality automatically by using positive whole numbers. 0, no seasonality, that is a linear forecast. Positive whole numbers will indicate to the algorithm to use patterns of this length as the seasonality. Maximum supported seasonality is 8760, which is the number of hours in a year. Any seasonality above that number will result in pound-num error. Data completion: an optional argument specifying how the algorithm should handle missing points in the timeline. Although the timeline requires a constant step between data points, FORECAST.ETS.STAT supports up to 30% missing data and will automatically adjust for it. The data completion argument can have the value 0 or 1. 0, treat missing points as having the value 0. 1 or omitted, calculate the value for missing points to be the average of the neighboring values. Aggregation: an optional argument specifying how the algorithm should aggregate values that have the same timestamp. Although the timeline requires a constant step between data points, FORECAST.ETS.STAT will aggregate multiple points which have the same timestamp. This can be any integer between 1 and 7. 1 or omitted is default. The average function is used for aggregation. Other options are 2 count, 3 count A, 4 max, 5 median, 6 min, and 7 sum. B2 to B40 has monthly sales from 1/1/2019 to 3/1/2022, and A2 to A40 contains a timeline. To calculate the forecast value for 4/1/2022, use this formula. The Excel FORECAST.ETS.STAT function can be used to return statistical information relating to this forecast. Pass the appropriate statistic type to return the required statistics. Ensure that the seasonality, data completion, and aggregation arguments are the same in both the functions. To return alpha parameter, use this formula. Pass the same values and timeline arguments as used in ETS function. Pass 1 for statistic type. Alpha parameter of ETS algorithm is the base parameter of the ETS algorithm. Higher values give more weight to recent data. To return beta parameter, pass 2 as statistic type. Beta parameter of ETS algorithm is the trend parameter of the ETS algorithm. Higher values give more weight to recent trends. To return gamma parameter, pass 3 as statistic type. Gamma parameter of ETS algorithm is the seasonality parameter of the ETS algorithm. Higher values give more weight to recent seasonal periods. To return MASE metric, pass 4 as statistic type. MASE is the mean absolute scaled error metric, a measure of forecast accuracy. To return SMAPE metric, pass 5 as statistic type. SMAPE is the symmetric mean absolute percentage error metric, an accuracy measure based on percentage errors. To return MAE metric, pass 6 as statistic type. MAE is the symmetric mean absolute percentage error metric, an accuracy measure based on percentage errors. To return RMSE metric, pass 7 as statistic type. RMSE metric is the root mean squared error metric, a measure of the differences between predicted and observed values. To return step size detected, pass 8 as statistic type. Step size detected, step in days in the timeline, The timeline has monthly periods, so the step size is 31. For a timeline of bi-yearly periods, the step size returned is 730. Now let's check the errors returned by this function. The function returns a pound_num error if the statistic type is less than 1 or greater than 8. Past 0 and 9, it returns a pound_num error. To download practice Excel file, please click on the link in the description. If you like this video, please subscribe to our channel.